G'day everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be out, this will be my Knackers Yard. There will be a gap where the SuperDream was. There'll be a gap because my sticker set's just literally arrived and I'm so excited. What I was doing was pissing around with the head and the valves. Hello, focus. There we go. I was just giving that a bit of a douche. I can't remember if I've uploaded. I know I recorded some, but I think I might have deleted it. I have started on that, and I have started going through the valves. They're pretty rank, but I've just got those soaking away at the moment, just to see if I can get the worst of them before I start going through all of that. But I was playing with that and getting merrily dirty, and these arrived. I thought, brilliant. I've done the painting. I've rubbed it back. Now, if I can find my little video of my upload, I will stick it in here. Now, if I can't find that video, I'm going to look a little bit stupid. But hey, by recap, in case I haven't, paint's all done. I've rubbed it back to get it reasonably flat because I want to get the stickers on, and then clear over the top. So that I try and seal in the stickers a little bit, otherwise the stickers just peel off whenever they get hot. So, you know, it looks pretty horrible. It's not, it's good paint. It's just got that bowling ball shine. That's after 1500 grit. Just taking the top off and flattening out. I've gone really quite flat on the tank, less so on the side panels. On the bits where I'm going to put the stickers, obviously I have, not quite so much on the back, but there's lots of edges and I don't want to burn through an edge. So I'm going to dig out a picture so I know what I'm aiming at. I'm going to dig out a bowl of soapy water, because I think I have tried that before. It does allow you a little bit of flexibility over where it's going to go, and we'll give it a go. Right, let's give this a go then. So, according to my copious research, a couple of web searches and looking at the book, so that's the correct decal, sticker, whatever you want to call it. Whoop. So it gets Honda quite front and centre. Really trying to get, it doesn't wrap all the way to the front. So I'm not going to tag it there and then finish halfway down the tank. The picture's not too bad there. I'm really trying to get the line pretty close to that side. Height wise, it's around the top of the seat now. I haven't got the rubbers in. Oops. I haven't got any of the rubbers in, so everything's a bit loose, so that's a little bit low. But somewhere around there ain't going to be far off. And it's something like that. Now, what I've done in the past, you can actually see that the paint works actually pretty good when it's wet. Just try and get it nice and wet and soapy, and it means that it gives you some wiggle room when you're trying to put your decals on. I'll get my hot air blower in a minute. Try and do it with clean hands. Try and do it a bit at a time, and try not to fuck it up. I think basically, so it's wet so it'll stick to a degree. I don't think that's a million miles away from where I want to be. I'm too far forward though. Maybe about there, I think. I'll just drop it down. Could have ripped this cover off beforehand, but I actually prefer doing it this way while it's still wet, while it's still got some soap on it. Just give it a squidge out. Grab 1x credit card or a blanked off driving licence, because I don't trust any of you. Because I did put a little bit of forethought in there. Important thing, he says, with very limited experience of doing this before, but is to try and pull the backing off at an angle. If you try and pull it like that, it's just going to pull the sticker off. And regrettably, there's a degree of braveness that helps. It's quite like this sticker actually, they look a little bit faded. Which would annoy me if I was trying to do a brand new bike, but actually looks quite good on a older machine. There are no crinkles going on there, and no bubbles either, which is a good thing. It is quite warm, so that soapy water is pretty much dried out already. Squeegeeing it as I go. I was expecting to have to get my hot air blower to dry it out. But it's warm enough today, I don't think I'm going to bother. Just squeegeeing out little bits of wastewater as I go. And job is a fish. Look at that. Right, difficult bit's now going to be doing the other side to match, which is why I'm not going to film it. Yeah, like that. Like that a lot. Yeah, the difficulty is going to be getting the height the same on both sides, but I will film it because I'm not that much of a dick. But let me get set up first. Right, so once more we're feeling. Try and get some bubbles on there. I was about to break into Rolf Harris then. Fuck, that's not aged well. Right, so try and use the same theory as before. Something like that. Sounds about that. Get it nice and wet to give me some wiggle room for movement. A little bit too wet there. And the front wants to come off with the back. You mind? Hey dude, you alright? Just a professional height there. Trying not to change my technique midway through, but it's just have to take that little bit more time on the second one because I've got to try and get them to match up. Now that's not bad. That is not bad at all. Got the squeegee. I think I did it from excuse me, from front first last time, so let's try and do the same again. Those first pulls are the tricky ones. I realise this is quite possibly the most dull thing in the world to watch. Right. That's pretty matchy. I'm not scraping it. Make sure I've got any bubbles out, particularly on the bends, because obviously a flat stick out on a bendy surface is always going to be a little bit tricky. Now, the sticker's not perfect. 50 quid, I fucking hoped it would be, but it's good enough. Right. Slightly nerve-wracking, it has to be said. But I think that looks fucking brilliant. Right, while I'm on this side, the tricky bit seems to be, to me, to get the camera to focus. No, to get the straight line running all the way through, which I think is going to be the next job. It's going to be easier on this side because it's better fixed than on the other side, because I've got to match the line coming off the back. Now I think I might be better off doing the back piece first to give me the line through here. I think it follows the fold, or the bend, if you like. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see any of that. So let's move it around here. So on the book, it's got the back piece, obviously sweeps round, continues the line across there, which I think there is where, obviously I'm on the wrong side now, where I'll get the straight for the 250s and SuperDream, etc. So I think it's back section first, so I'm going to cut them out and get on with that. Oh, the agony of choice. I've got some choice. I've got choices between a fatter tick, if you like, and a skinnier one. Now I've looked on Titlan and everything at all pictures. There does seem to be a little bit of a late 70s versus 80s one. However, I'm going to go skinny. My concern with the fat one, is where it ends. It just looks a little bit lumpy to me. I'm going to go skinny. I like the skinnier one. Right, I'm going to do the two back ones and then you can join me for the side panels, I think. Right, it's much later and I'm really annoyed for several reasons. Reason the first, my pissing phone didn't bloody record most of it, which is really frustrating. So I'm now like tidied up at the end of the evening, and I'll try and do a bit of a catch up and why I'm in quite such a crap mood. So first things first, the biggest one that's really wound me up. I went for the skinny back, if you like, the Nike tick, if you like. And it wasn't until I got it on and mounted, I realised it didn't have the white around the edge that is on every other piece. So basically the back just didn't, excuse my French, fucking match, which really pissed me off. But I noticed that after something else. I noticed that the SuperDream element that should be under there, for one, was attached to the overall sheet of the decals separately. Secondly, in fact, let me see if I can find it. Right, there you go. I've already recorded this once and it didn't really work then either. Well, it didn't record at all. Apart from the fact that it says SuperDream, that's not an S, that's a Z on its side or backwards. But also, it's such shit quality that actually the backing paper just tears away and stays on the back. Now I'm doing this one-handed at the end of an annoyed evening, so it's not going to go as well, it's going to go just as badly. But it wasn't on the original sheet, it was attached to it separately. It's just shite quality, and it's not even coming off the backing. You can see, the A has stayed in there. It's just horrendous. I expect better for the money that I paid. That's what really pissed me off to start with. Then let's go on to the second pisser offer. I'm back. So the second pisser offer was that lovely, I quite like the skinny tick on the back, and that is it just pulled out of my bin that I ceremoniously threw it in afterwards. Looks good. Not next to that it doesn't, because there's no fucking white round the outside. It's just black. Now, personally, I prefer it all like that, but the fact that you can have a section of it that doesn't match the rest of it is just bloody ludicrous. Why would you sell anything like that? So at the moment, I'm at the point where I've got a tank, a side section, and a back section that don't match. A side section where the SuperDream reads SuperDream, if you can get it off the backing, which you can't. Yeah, it was originally going to be a partial refund because of the SuperDream. It's now a request for a full refund because the back doesn't match the rest of it. And because the back doesn't match the rest of it, I've had to pull it off, which left a load of crap on there, all the normal sticky stuff from stickers, if you like, which then needed thinners to get that off, which then needed that I had to fucking repaint it. Now, Nat in my garden when the sun's out with a rattle can is never fucking happier. But not that I had to do it again. Jesus. So, where are we? So I'll say hello to the tank. The tank has had some clear lacquer over the top. It's been in here, my little patio heater's been doing its thing in here. It's touchable. I don't want to do it too much. I'll leave that a good couple of days to cure off before I start trying to rub it down. But that's starting to look pretty good. I took a photo. I'll drop it in here. I dropped that on the Motorcycle Rescuer Facebook page just to keep people up to date as much as anything else. But that's brilliant. That looks great. It's nice and symmetrical, or as symmetrical as an idiot or as a tit in a shed can make. That looks good. That needs SuperDream on it, to my mind. I want some money back to do that. The back end is going to have the full, like Nike tick. It's thicker. It goes up the back. Yeah, fine. I'm happy. I would have preferred the other one if it had the matching white element around the outside. Why on earth they'd sell it without, I have absolutely no freaking idea. I'm slightly annoyed at myself for not noticing before I stuck it on, frankly. But more importantly, it shouldn't be in the bloody kit, really. And I've checked the seller bit from eBay. It's not on there. The picture isn't. In fact, I'll prove it. I'll chuck a picture up. It's not on the seller picture either, but hey, we'll see how they get on. Now, I've got a little bit of a head of steam of videos going at the moment, or uploads going at the moment. I'll consider whether or not I've had a reaction to my customer complaints before I start pushing this out, as to how much I highlight who the seller was and whether you should or should not ever use them. Right, cheers all. I'll catch you later on. Ta-da. Right, so it's a few days later. I have been a busy boy. You might notice the difference in the side panels. Now, I think the 250N Deluxe had the SuperDream to the side. The actual 250N that I've got had it underneath. I ordered new ones. They were like 12 quid for two, and they went on brilliantly, better than the ones that I had before. I put the ticks on. Yeah, I have got back to the seller. I'll try not to make a big deal out of who the seller was, but I'm not going to try and hide it. Essentially, they've said, no, it's your own fault. What's the line? Please send pictures of the white decal. I'll send replacements if they're damaged. No, I don't want them, thanks. As long as you've applied it properly to the dry hardened paint, remove it carefully and apply the other one. That was about taking the backing off. No, I peeled it off and it just left all the stick on the actual on the surface, which was irritating but inevitable. Yeah, I'm still considering whether or not to swap this out for two reasons. One, it's too short. Looking at a lot of pictures, I think they were, but I would prefer it if it went all the way through. And the other one, that loop over the top, I just think looks crap. Again, that's authentic, that's the way they go, but I just don't like it. So I haven't put any lacquer over the top of that as yet, because I'm undecided what I'm going to do. I have put a bit of lacquer over the side ones. I think they need a little bit more, and I'll do a little bit more and then rub them down, which will be, oh, I don't even know if I'll show it on an upload, to be brutally honest. It's nice and dry. I've got a bit of a lip. I'm always going to get a lip. There's more material there than there, but I might just give it one more blast with lacquer just to get as good as I can out of it. Yeah, so Nat's advice on decals, I think I'd buy them separately. In fact, what I will do is I'll dig out who I got these ones from, because they were excellent. They came off excellently, they set excellently, and the type, I think, is better than it was on the original one that I bought. I can't be asked to fight for a partial refund or anything else. The argument they made is we sold hundreds of these and it's the first complaint I've got. Well, some people seemingly have very different standards than me. Right, that'll do me for another one. Back to engine and stuff. In fact, kind of down there, post first stage of a clean. Following you guys' advice, that's not it's not chemical cleaner, it's diesel. So following your guys' advice, and it has made stuff so much better. It's still not great, don't get me wrong, but first douse of diesel seems to have done a really, really good job. And more importantly, it's not stripped all the oil out or damaged the bearings either, which is cool, which is very cool. Right, that'll do me for another one. I shall catch you later on, people. Cheers, ta-da.